Oh, man. Blake Lively's been hit with another lawsuit. And let's be real, this is the perfect time for DJ Khaled to be saying another one.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up? Yes, indeed. I'm not kidding. Blake Lively has been hit with another lawsuit, and I'm going to be real. I have a feeling that there could be more lawsuits coming for Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, because let's be real. If she's getting sued, Ryan Reynolds is also getting sued as well, okay? What he goes through, what she goes through, he goes through too. I'm sure he's turning to her being like, baby, what's your pain is my pain. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like he might be that kind of guy, all right? But hey, don't get at me. That's just a thought. Anyway, there is a lawsuit going on now, a defamation lawsuit coming in from a PR company and a person involved in that PR company because she put their name in the complaint, basically saying that this PR company, alongside this particular individual with Justin Baldoni, they started this whole defamation smear campaign to destroy my name and make me seem like an evil, terrible witch when the movie first was coming out. When they went and did this whole media campaign, when they did this whole push for it and all that. And I got to be honest, before we go into this article, I really don't see Justin Baldoni trying to destroy a movie that he not only directed and acted in, but also his production company is fronting the money to make the movie happen. So again, it wouldn't make any sense for him to have this completely fall apart. If it's a flop, that could be a flop for his career as well, right? But I'm getting ahead of myself, and that's a whole other conversation in itself, because we still have to get into all the legal stuff, the stuff that they posted on the website and all that, and we will be getting into that very, very soon. But it keeps on, more and more breaking news stuff keeps on popping off, and we have got to talk about this. So let's take a look at this article here, okay? So there is an update, which we will come back to in just a minute. But this here says Blake Lively's legal headaches are getting worse. The actress is now being sued by a crisis PR firm for defamation in her ongoing legal battle with Justin Baldoni. Okay. Blake was slapped with a new lawsuit by Jed Wallace and his company, Street Relations Incorporated, or Inc. All right. After she named both parties along with Baldoni in her December 2024 California civil rights complaint for bad behavior related to the filming of It Ends With Us. Wallace accuses Blake Lively of falsely lumping his firm into the allegations she made against Baldoni and then sending the information to various media outlets, including Elle magazine. Despite the fact that Blake did not name Wallace or Street Relations in the lawsuit she filed just days later, and he says the damage was done. I guess he says after, doesn't matter what she put out here to all the media outlets and all that, doesn't matter. The damage was already done, okay? And the media continued to report that he engaged in illegal activity. So of course he's sitting here going like, hey, you put it out here, you put my name and my company on blast, the damage was done. Instead of you just saying Justin Baldoni and just going after Justin Baldoni, you're going after my PR firm and my name. You're going after both of those things, my reputation, my personal reputation, and my company's reputation. Now it's been tarnished. So you're about to get sued. Very interesting, right? Wallace says Blake then doubled down on her conduct, asking a judge to authorize the taking of his deposition, but falsely accused him of being a subcontractor to a company called TAG to, quote unquote, assist them in their unlawful retaliatory social combat campaign against Blake. So she believes that not only did Justin Baldoni start this, he had a whole team of people going out their way to try and basically destroy her name out here in these streets. Hence, and one of those people happens to be Jed Wallace alongside his company. So she's saying, hey, They were all involved. I don't give a damn. They were all mother loving involved. That's insane. Okay. As a result of Blake's defamatory statements, Wallace says he has suffered millions of dollars in reputational harm. See what happened here? Reputational harm, defamation. These are grounds for defamation, with a projected loss to his company that exceeds another $1 million. Her legal team, Blake Lively's legal team, calls BS on this lawsuit, telling TMZ another day, another state, another 9-figure lawsuit seeking to sue Miss Lively into oblivion for speaking out against SH and retaliation. Okay. Her lawyers also added, this is not just a publicity stunt. It is a transparent retaliation in response to allegations contained with a SH and retaliation complaint that Miss Lively filed with the California Civil Rights Department. While this lawsuit will be dismissed, this is what they believe, that it will be dismissed, we are pleased that Mr. Wallace has finally emerged from the shadows and that he too will be held accountable in federal court. Now, what's interesting, you know what I mean? Shiver me timbers, right? But what's interesting is they're saying, thanks. Thank you so much for coming out with this lawsuit, because now we can come at you now too. And now you're going to pay the piper. This whole lawsuit's going to drop because they're going to see that we didn't do anything defamatory, or she didn't do anything within the grounds of defamation. But okay, thank you so much, because now you're going to see us also in court. Also, that may seem or sounds like to me that they're about to countersue against Jed Wallace. Now, what's interesting is that Chip Babcock, okay, a partner to the Texas law firm Jackson Walker LLP that represents Jed Wallace, tells TMZ Blake Lively made false statements to the press through a private administrative filing, claiming Mr. Wallace and Street Relations had SH'd her, retaliated against her, aided and abetted others who did the same, breached a contract with her, and engaged in other improper conduct. Mr. Wallace, who is a very private person, has never met or spoken to Miss Lively ever. Now they're saying that he's never crossed paths with her at all. But I will say this, just to be on the other side of the fence, just because you didn't meet her doesn't mean that you aren't putting out, that there isn't a potential of you going out there and talking mess about somebody, just because you are defending your client or defending a person that maybe you like or you could consider a friend, whatever it may be, right? A business partner, what have you, right? Doesn't matter. You don't have to meet somebody to just put out defamatory things out here. Look at Tasha K and Cardi B. But moving on, he says they have never met, ever. He has not engaged in a smear campaign against her at any point in time. The decision to file this lawsuit to rightfully protect himself and his family was made after Miss Lively not only filed against him first in Texas, but indicated she intended to name him in yet another lawsuit. So there was more coming no matter what. So now he's sitting there saying, Jed, this is according to the person that's coming forward, okay, representing Jed, is now sitting here saying, like, no, she was about to go out and put his name on something else. She wasn't going to stop. She was going to try to destroy this man's name and his reputation and his company's reputation. Doesn't matter. We needed to get ahead of this as well, because she was not going to stop. She was going to say his name again, even though it may have been removed the first time. She was about to add it again in another lawsuit. So that means Blake Lively ain't even done with these lawsuits, which is insane. She's about to file some more stuff, y'all. That's something that we can know for sure now. At least this is what Jed Wallace's lawyer, okay, repping for Jed Wallace, is saying right now. And you know, that could be speculation, or maybe the dude's reading the tea leaves. I don't know, okay? But again, now that we hear both sides of representation for both, not only just Blake Lively, but also for this PR company, the man behind this PR company, Jed Wallace. What say you? What are your thoughts on this? Because again, I think it's very interesting that she put his name in there and then suddenly put his name out there in this smear campaign, this public smear campaign to all the media outlets. And then suddenly out of nowhere, she's like, oh, I'm going to remove his name from the lawsuit. He's not a part of it anymore. When the damage was already done, right? It was already too late. His name was in there, guys. His name was in there. So again, this is going to be very interesting because she is going to file more lawsuits. That is for sure. But I feel like there's going to be more lawsuits other than just Jed coming for Blake Lively for sure. Is there more coming for Justin Baldoni? I don't know yet. But something big is going to happen here again soon. And apparently there's some things that are going to be dropping on Friday on behalf of Blake Lively. We'll see how much of that is actually true. But again, what say you guys? Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button. Crush that subscribe button. And we'll talk here very soon. This is insane. Like it's starting to... This stuff is starting to not really look very good for Blake Lively. Real talk. Is this Amber Heard 2.0? Quite possibly be. Anyway, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll talk soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.